Man, I really feel like the developers should go back to the drawing board on story for this one. When the threat is a meteor and the protagonist is a dinosaur, we can already guess the ending. In today's humble opinion, we're getting JumpJet Wrecked in JumpJet Rex. Don't let those adorable eyes fool you. JumpJet Rex is a brutal action platforming game developed and published by Tree Fortress Games. And I mean, with a game mode like JumpJet Rex, which only gives you 3 lives to complete the entire game, it sounds to me like they knew exactly what they were fucking doing. The game art made me think this was going to be some simple, kid-friendly game that just kinda rips off Super Mario as platformers are wont to do, but boy was I wrong, because in JumpJet Rex you're not just jumping and jetting, you're diving and ducking and kick-flipping through a multitude of dastardly labyrinths forged from the developers' hatred for mankind. And that's just what you can expect for trusting a T-Rex. This is another one of those titles where the story is a lot like the laughter people get to enjoy when watching my videos. It practically doesn't exist. It's set in the distant past, back, when the technologically advanced dinosaurs invented rocket boots and the universe was full of places explicitly made to kill you for no apparent reason. There's an asteroid headed towards Earth and all the other kids with the pumped up kicks were too busy outrunning my gun to stop it, so it's up to you. I'm pretty sure what happened was that the developers came up with a concept for a really neat platformer and then realized they also have to have some kind of reason for those elements to exist in the way that they do, and dinosaurs what they come up with. Why? Because I fucking like dinosaurs, Marty. Get off my cock. Still, however thin a veil the story may be is pretty insignificant, as the beef of the game comes from the mechanics, and let me tell you, the game is pretty ingeniously tuned. Because it's not a traditional platformer, you can fly, jump, dash, and hover infinitely, which makes it sound like it'd be easy, right? Wrong. For every tool they give you to approach a certain problem, they add an obstacle that makes you constantly think about how you're using them. There isn't a point where you just get to stand around and think about your next move. You're going to at least be tapping the jump button to hover over the ground while avoiding the ceiling. It forces quick and clever decision making at all times, which is conducive to its claim to speedrunning fame. It also makes sure that you're actually mastering the game in order to progress. Much like college, everything you want in life is blocked off by a series of prerequisites. In order to pass on to higher tiers of levels, you first have to collect a certain number of stars. Every level has 3 that you can collect, so you don't have to collect them all, but you're probably going to need more than just the one you get for beating the levels, which are those earned by making it through the entire level without dying and completing them in a specific and often rigorous amount of time. But I'm not a speedrunner. Well, suit up, Jimbo, because we're speeding off to war. Luckily for us, they were kind enough to include a quick restart button so that we can reset the entire level instead of forcing us to finish a level from a checkpoint every time we fuck up, and it does wonders for keeping up momentum. But that's a nasty habit to form if you just want to finish the level and accidentally reset the whole damn thing. But that's never happened to me though. And if you think all that's rough, just wait until you get to the boss fights. Still a one-hit death? Yep. Same star requirements? Rage-inducing combat that blurs the lines between platformer and bullet hell? You betcha. And your only ranged attack is a fucking charge in the opposite direction? Of course. Of fucking course. Normally you'll catch this gem on the Steam store for the reasonable price of $9.99, which is right in line with my personal appraisal of $10. Most people, however, probably aren't going to see its merits or won't care enough about them to be willing to pay full price. But you'll be happy to know that it goes on sale for as low as $3.39. I'm including myself in that, by the way, so don't get your panties in a twist. Do I look competent enough to be a speedrunner? Well, how about now, motherfucker? Gameplay for JumpJet Rex earns a 9 out of 10 for being damn near flawless. The controls are honed perfectly, and generally they're just fun to use. In fact, there's just as much thought going into making this game fun as there are to making it a personal hell, and I applaud the developers for that. Just look at how fucking happy he is when you do a butt dive, and the fact that they include a rec room for you to go back to when you're not trying to save the world goes a long way. A basketball court to blow off some steam? Genius. That being said, it's not entirely perfect, but the only flaw that I found is being forced into geometry that I shouldn't be forced into and being unable to get out. In a game that's all about flow and with such great lengths that go into making that flow smooth, being forced to open a menu to restart undoes all of it. But thankfully, those moments are far and few between and were probably only found through my general incompetence. Value, however, earns a perfect 10 out of 10 for being exemplary of a strong choice. Not only is it a game that has strong mechanics, but it's one of infinite replayability thanks to its challenges, collectibles, and the constant push to perfect your mastery of it. Rage Quit Rex mode alone offers one hell of a challenge. I've not actually done it myself, but just thinking about it makes my blood boil on certain levels. How, I would ask myself in an irrational fury while knowing full and well that it could be done and that I'd probably never have the dexterity or patience to pull it off. Oh, and did I mention that it's got several multiplayer modes including the campaign? Because yeah, it totally does. With a composite score of 9.5 out of 10, JumpJet Rex dashes into our hearts with an A. It's an excellent reminder that life can be every bit as much fun as it is challenging, and that improvement is just a shift in mindset away. Plus, you get to be a pug in a dinosaur suit. Who doesn't love that?